coming up.
One of the biggest challenge I think I've faced as a stepmom, the first thing when this happened to me was fame. You know, when you're there and you're not famous, well, it's manageable somehow. But when you're out there and everybody is like watching you, then it becomes a totally different story. So fame for me, plus the situation, was hard because I was always constantly under an eye. Everybody's looking at me. It's like, oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'll find it. So that has been my biggest challenge, being a stepmom.
I've been a stepmom for 14 years. I didn't plan to be one. No one grows up saying, I want to be a stepmom. We all grow up saying, I want to be a mom, and I want to get married. I didn't plan it until I met a gentleman in an underground bar one day, and then here we are. I'll be honest, we didn't meet in church. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I met him and he was very honest with me, and he told me he had 4 children, and I said, you know what? How hard can it be?
35 is kind of the magic number for OBGYN, but it's not a hard and fast thing. It's not like the day you turn 35, all of a sudden all your ovum are just starting to, not form, and it doesn't work like that. And something I'd like to tell you, for African women, it's actually a little bit different. We're able to have children a little bit older than Caucasian women, so that's a plus for us.
And my kids, and I told them, look, this girl you're seeing here, I'm also human. I need companionship. I have chosen her for myself. Okay? Starting point. And then, so she's my wife. You're my kids. If she's my wife and you're my kids, that makes her your mother.
Budgeting is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So at the end of the month, a lot of us are just wondering, na hii pesa ilienda wapi?
Always say, keep the children come first. And remember, there's nothing new under the sun. And I'm standing here, guys, as a witness. I never knew that 14 years later, I would be here. I have packed so many times. I haven't packed. I'm at a point I'm not packing anymore. He's packing.
Phil has helped me raise my son. He's going through teenage. Mimi mkidona nikimeza msinieke kwa ubare. Ni ile mambo nimeonyeshwa. Gomeri ya Phil. Leo.
This week on Wedding Wednesdays, we are celebrating mothers, and in particularly stepmothers, and the contribution that they make in the family. You see, when you're planning a wedding, it could be that you are getting married into a blended family and that you're going to become a stepmother. In other scenarios, it could be that you are a stepmother and you have raised children and now it is their time to get married. And yet, the biological mother is still in the picture. So you see, when it comes to stepmoms and the contribution they make into their family, it is a lot. And this week we're all about celebrating the role of the stepmother in the family. We were very fortunate to have attended the Stepmoms Brunch that happened over the weekend at the Zen Gardens. And it was all about celebrating the contribution the stepmother has in the family. So in this episode, we're going to highlight the different speakers that graced the occasion, and we are going to showcase the snippets of what they had to say. I hope you stay till the end, and I hope that you celebrate a stepmom that you know who makes a very big contribution in the family. I'm your host, Eunice Moy, and this is Wedding Wednesdays with Samantha's Bridal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's put our hands together for Caroline.
I know. That's me.
Wanjiku, aka Teacher Wanjiku. Let's put our hands together for her. Baby, let me see this. There we go. It's gonna be drama, I told you. Let me see this. Oh, I really need it. Oh, baby, let me see this. I just wanna eat it.
Oh my goodness! So clearly, you've heard I was just from the US. I don't know if you guys. So I'm gonna speak in 3 different languages. That's Kikuyu, English, a little bit of French, Mohanat, yeah. But anyway, from me personally, I'm from a blended family. Nilikuja na wangu, akakuja na wake, alafu tukamarinate na mwingine wa mwisho. So Yeah, so I'm in a blended family. So how it came to be, I'm on, my story is very much known. I'm on Google. Don't Google now. Google when you go home. So my story is very much known how I came to be in that situation. I was attacked a lot. I was called names. I couldn't even, go to work. I had to just bring it a notch lower. I went away underground for like a year because of the scrutiny I got around people judging and all that. But I'm in a good place. I've been a stepmom for more than a decade now, so I'm really happy about that. And also the other thing, when you see me, when you see if you're famous, I know Vinny is here. Where is Vinny? Vinny already anyway. So we have Kate actress here, can relate. Modoni Mokiri is here, fashionable stepmom. Lawton is here. We go through under a lot of judgment. People look at us and you think we are not human. So every time you take that phone and you comment something negative, just know we are also human. So one of the biggest challenge I think I've faced as a stepmom, the first thing when this happened to me was fame. When you're there and you're not famous, well, it's manageable somehow. But when you're out there and everybody is like watching you, then it becomes a totally different story. So fame for me, plus the situation, was hard because I was always constantly under an eye. Everybody's looking at me. It's like, oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, Alfanya hivi. So that has been my biggest challenge, being a stepmom. The second thing that has been a challenge was communication. And this I might tell you, ladies, if you're a stepmom here, you have to know where the communication or where to communicate. Because we had a problem with the dad and then me. Communication inaenda wapi? Then I realized I think I should be talking more to the dad. More than, because we used to have wrangles here and there. It's not easy. And I'm telling you, taking in another child and you have another one, then it's not an easy thing. Then I came to a realization. I also have to think about him. Because at times nimekuja naye. And women, we don't consider that. We are always like, yeah, ni mimi. It's my feelings. Ni mimi. Hata mimi niko na emotions. Then you don't think about him. Because even you have brought in somebody else and it has to be, it has to work. So that was my biggest challenge. Okay, number 3. Discipline. So discipline. Let me tell you, I'm the bad cop in the house. I don't joke. I don't. There's comedy, I'm known as a comedian, but in the house, rules have to apply. If I tell you, because I'm very huge on time, if I tell you, you have to wake up in the morning and make your bed, brush your teeth at 7 a.m. or at 8, I am that. You have to do that. So the challenge was, this is another child. How do I tell him? How do I, and discipline goes across the way. I don't care if you're my nephew, my niece, discipline for me works. So how I was disciplining my daughter is how I was disciplining him. And it brought a rift, by the way. It was like, the way men are always like, I think unaonea wangu sana. I think unapenda huyu sana. There was that. So what really helped me was to sit down with my husband and say, you know what? We have rules in this house. So it has to be A, B, C, D. I do not care. He came in when I saw him at birth. That is another different story. So I've grown up with him. He has come to understand me. We've come to respect each other. He's 11. So we have normal conversations. Sit down and we are like, I don't like this. And then there's one thing that I really loved. The good thing, those are just the negative things. The good thing, that boy one day called me mom. He was 4. I never forgot. 4 years. Let me tell you, nilisikia kufungua WhatsApp group. Nilisikia kuenda nifanye mom's party, I'm extra. It was like a mom's party, nimeitwa mom. It was beautiful. And I want to advise you ladies, do not force it. Wait for it. It will come naturally. And how it will come is depending on how you treat them. If you treat them well, it's going to come. If you treat them vile unataka, well, utaitwa Wanjiko for the rest of your life. You have to earn it, and you need to respect that, and you need to respect them also. So that was amazing for me. It was really amazing. So in these blended families, do not be petty. Petty, I mean, getting calls at night, there is a mother on the other end, I'm here on this other end. At night you find, atapiga tu simu anytime. Hey, mtoto wako wapi? Mtoto wako wapi? Mtoto wako wapi? Nini? Something is happening. You know? Just let him take the call. What is the worst can happen? Sulisha olewa. What's the worst can happen? You know? You know, those two small things that we get so affected of. Mpaka mwingine anaona, oh, you know, women the way we are. That's guy, kumbe unataka kurudi. Kumbe mimi hauko umedecide. You know, those are just petty things. And I found out, for me, in my experience, I said, you know, if you make it about the child, then you're good. Respect is very, very important on the other end. You're not the mother of that child. Yeah? You're just a guardian or a stepmom. So you have to respect the other party also. You know? Musikuwe saa zote mkikutana, zenyu ni za high school. Yule alikuwa chali yangu. You know? So you respect the mother. Make sure in communication. What has helped me, by the way, right now, we drink. We have a good time. We meet at events. You know? We laugh about it. Tunaambiana. I know, that's hard, eh? Yeah, I worked on it. Yeah, tunakutana, we share experiences. Mpaka siku hizi tunakuangaza, nguo ni yake gani, munaenda wapi? You know, I mean, we have that, and I respect that, and I love that, because we had to do that because of the child. Make it about the child.
Thank you all for coming. My name is Catherine Karaoke, aka Fashionable Stepmom. I am honored to have you guys here today. Thank you for taking your time. God has answered my prayers. The weather is good. I was a bit worried. Thank you for attending. Thank you for taking your time. I wanted to welcome you for today's event. I have planned it for so long. Stepmom's Brunch. It's usually 1 week after Mother's Day. I've been a stepmom for 14 years. I didn't plan to be one. No one grows up saying, I want to be a stepmom. We all grow up saying, I want to be a mom, and I want to get married. I didn't plan it until I met a gentleman in an underground bar one day, and then here we are. I'll be honest, we didn't meet in church. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I met him, and he was very honest with me, and he told me he had 4 children, and I said, you know what? How hard can it be? I guess I had watched too much of the Brady Bunch, you know. I thought, I'll come, I like them, they like me, which has eventually happened, but not in that order. So I ordered a package. It's like ordering a package from Amazon. You order it, it comes to the door, fine, it's the right delivery, but the content, not exactly what I ordered. But here we are, 14 years later, and why am I passionate about being a family? It's because when I was a stepmom, when I was 23 years old, I usually joke, I woke up one day, walked down the stairs, I saw 4 kids at the dining table, I went back to sleep. I'm like, no, you know, and I've made it work. I can't deny that there are ups and downs, just like any other relationship, whether you're blended or not. You're meeting a stranger, you're meeting someone you didn't grow up with, you grew up in different environments, different perspectives, different values, but here it's more complicated because he had a family before I came into the picture, and now we had to form a family of our own. I was clueless. I came up from a very traditional family. It was not blended. So I had no reference point when I was doing it, and that's why I decided to do this. There's nothing you're experiencing that is new. And remember, there's nothing new under the sun. And to be honest, guys, kids grow. And then you're left there with your partner, you're looking at each other. That's my experience. Kids grow, they're there. They're grown-ups now, they have their own lives. Yeah. I have many of them, sometimes I forget. But yeah, I have many, they grow. And no one enters a relationship not wanting it to work. Yeah? But then if it doesn't work, then we have to move on. But I always say, keep the children come first. And remember, there's nothing new under the sun. And I'm standing here, guys, as a witness. I never knew that 14 years later, I would be here. I have packed so many times. I haven't packed. I'm at a point I'm not packing anymore. He's packing. So I am here to stay. I am rooted in the ground, and there is nothing that can make me change my mind, but it has come out of many years of struggling, many years of finding myself. I was 23, how I think now and then, God. I even tell him if he met me today, I'll say, it's nice meeting you, let's just be friends. So I hope, ladies, you get a support system today. You mingle among yourself, get support system. It's important. When you're going through something, don't think you're alone. You know, it's not like we like each other every day. Even the same way, even if it's not your stepchild, even if it's your child. There are some days they bang the door, they say, I hate you. They're like, I hate you too. So that is just a little bit of background on why today is happening, and I hope I can have more and more of this to encourage stepmom, blended family. You could be divorced, you could be a single mom, you could be a single lady who loves someone with children. You could also have kids of your own and you want to meet a man who doesn't have children. All I want to tell you guys is there's hope, it can work, and I am a testimony that it can.
It works. It actually does work. And we are living testimony that it does work. It's technical, it's not that easy. I can tell you when we started, there were a lot of dynamics. I, for one, I take responsibility. I had, I had 2 baby mamas because I had my firstborn. We never went very far with the mother, but I owned up. And I named the girl after my mother, and I've looked after her. She's the one who was over there, and she's just finished college now. Then I got married, and that went south, and here I am. Then later I met Kathy. She's been very explicit about where we met. Kathy, I'm 18 years older than Kathy, but I've learned so much from her, a lot. She's changed from the way I dress to other tabias, you know. And ours is a thoroughly blended family, as you heard. We have 2 kids who are not even Kenyan. They're from South Sudan. Yes, two from South Sudan. We have 3 that I brought. There were 4 and 1 sadly passed on. And then we have 1 between us. It's a properly blended family. One of the things I did when we started off with Kathy, our first date, I put all my cards on the table. And I told her, this is Mike, but Mike comes with ABCD. And from there on, and my kids, then I told them, look, this girl you're seeing here, I'm also human. I need companionship. I have chosen her for myself. Okay? Starting point. And then, so she's my wife. You're my kids. If she's my wife and you're my kids, that makes her your mother. So where do we start? Which is the line? Respect her. The liking can come later, but respect her because she's my wife and she's my choice. Before I had that talk with my kids, I was very candid with Kathy and told her, look, I have these kids. They are part of me. I'll never be complete without them. I was open. And she said, I'm okay with that. And once in that triangle, all the 3 parties understood their obligations, their roles, then it becomes very easy. And it's just down to communication.
Gladys,
Yes.
it's so nice to meet you. I've
Yeah.
had a little chat with you.
Yes.
But maybe you can just introduce yourself for our audience.
Yeah, so my name is Gladys Wanjiko. I'm so happy and excited all the same to be here in the Stepmoms Brunch. It's a place whereby we have brought together all the single moms and we are so happy. Myself, I'm a mom to 3 girls who are not mine and who are not the same tribe and who am not married to their father.
There's so many dynamics there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a mother.
Yeah.
You are a mother to 3 children who
Yeah.
are not your biological children.
Yes.
And then also you're not married to their father.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you are in some sort of blended situation.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
their mother in the picture?
Their mother, we have no information about her. We don't know whether she's alive or not alive. We don't know about her whereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just taking care of her kids.
Oh, that is lovely what you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. In the beginning of this year, that is in the month of February, March, and a bit of April, I almost slipped into depression because I've now stepped so many steps up the ladder without preparation, without knowing how to go about it. And these kids, they are now 4. When you come back from work or from wherever, you come back to find 4 people waiting for you to give them love, to give them care, to listen to them. But you have nobody. I'm a single mom. You have nobody to speak to. You have nobody to ask you, how was your day? How is everything going on? Or even somebody to just offload what is in your heart to them. So I almost went into depression. And so that is why I realized parenting other person's kids is not easy. Yeah,
it is not easy.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I'm not a mother yet,
Yeah.
but I can imagine it is not easy.
Yeah.
And so this is a wedding. This is a show about weddings and
Yeah.
people who are preparing to get married.
Yeah.
And a lot of brides, I can imagine, have been raised up in homes where they were raised by stepmoms, such as yourself. So in this process where you're raising up children who are not biologically yours, but in many sense they are yours.
Yes.
So I think in time, when they'll be ready to get married and whatnot, they'll also have an experience of their own, and they'll really relate whatever experiences they have gathered over the years to you.
Yes. Yes. Because now they have become our, I can confidently say, it's like they have become our family, because we don't know the whereabouts of the mom. The dad is in prison. We never know whether he's going to come out. So I'm prepared now to raise them up to even adulthood, and to be their mother even when they are getting married, be there to walk them down the aisle, see them succeed in life and be in happy marriages. I'm really looking forward to that. And I want to encourage the young men out there, or maybe men in general, who are out there. It's not a crime to marry a mother who will come and be a mother to your own children, because the society has sometimes put it like a crime, and the society recommends you would rather remain a single father without bringing into the marriage another woman to take care of those kids. Remember, you as the man, you can find another love outside there. But these kids, if they miss motherhood, if they miss parenting, that is it. So you'd rather bring in somebody to be a stepmom to those children and make them stable in life, make them enjoy their mother's life. Let us outgrow the mentality that stepmoms are in to bring pain and suffering. That's why we have the fashionable stepmom. She's a very good example. She came into her family to bring joy and happiness. So you can bring in a woman who is a stepmom, not to bring suffering and pain to your current children, but to actually add a lot of value to them. So let men not suffer in silence.
Men, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Do not suffer in silence.
Yeah, there are good women out here who have got a big heart to bring up kids who are not theirs, and bring them up in a godly way and in a happy way. You know, in the many years, long time ago, stepmoms were a no-go zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was almost like a taboo to be raised by a stepmother.
Yes, or even to think that your father is bringing in a stepmom. But you see, now you make those kids miss a motherly love. They miss it all their childhood. When the man is enjoying, because the man could be not having the wife in the house, but having somebody who is maybe fulfilling his love needs. But what about the kids, the motherly needs for the kids? Do you want to fulfill the desires of the community, or do you want to be happy with your kids as a family with their stepmom? Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Gladys.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this event, and let's see where it goes.
Now, again, at my practice, this is not something that I like to give people, because it's illegal in some countries. And I feel like if you come as an international body and you decide that this is illegal for the States or for Europe, it should be illegal in Africa as well. We're not here to take your, mabakshishis of contraceptive. If it's illegal there, it should be illegal here. So I don't generally give it in my clinic.
I don't even have enough for my bills, leave alone enough to save or to invest. And then I take them through the budget in class, and then we are tracking their spending, and we are looking at how much is going into transaction charges. No one ever looks at that. We are looking at how much is going into personal care and grooming. I call them talons. Our talons are hella expensive.